Hey everyone, I'm the Pixel Pathfinder, and my goal is to help you find great new indie games to play. Today we're checking out the demo for Handmancers, which is a roguelike deck building strategy game with a first-person twist. It looks pretty interesting. I'm excited to get in and check this out and figure out whether or not this is a game to wishlist, follow, or ignore. So let's go ahead and hop in, hit that play button, and see what this game is all about. So this demo is going to let us begin our journey against corruption, playing to depth 11 of the core adventure and fighting against the first two bosses. All right. We've got one character available, Cress, the sharp one. Cress prowls with the grace of a sleek predator. Her movements a symphony of silent, deadly elegance. She senses the hunt, ready to sever lives with razor-sharp blades. We've got 23 HP. Base damage, so it looks like we have three kind of elements or something here, or like damage types: blades, stone, and parchment. Rock, paper, scissors, right? For sure. And it looks like we are 3 in the blades damage. We can take a look at our card here. I don't know what any of this means, but it looks like this is like a damaging ability. This is defense, and who knows what that is. I have no idea. We're gonna figure it out though. And then we're starting out with the Bracelet of Fury. For every 3 missing HP, we get +1 base damage. So we kind of want to go a little berserker here. Maybe lose a little bit of health, increase our damage. Or if we're, toughing it out, then maybe we have the opportunity to kind of push our luck and defeat the enemy before we die. All right, let's go. Let's check it out. I'm really pumped about this. I like the art style. And I think this first-person perspective is going to be pretty sweet. Okay, so of course we've got our nodes that we click to travel along the map here. Nice, we got a little bounce in our step there. Okay. Oh yeah, the art style is super cool. The cards are a little weird. Okay, so every card in your deck represents a spell you can cast. Spells always have a type. Parchment, stone, blades. Play your cards reacting to the enemy attacks by dragging them on the empty slot. Okay. Lower the enemy health points to 0. Spell type determines the outcome of the resolution. When an effective spell type against the enemy attacks deals the full spell damage. Parry, an equal spell type, will negate all damage. And lose will make you suffer the full attack damage. Okay. So is it playing 2 rock? Is that what I'm seeing here? So if we do like a paper, right? Okay, so we got victory. Now it's going for scissors. So we want to play rock. Okay. Sprinting and cramping. Fighting is a tiring business, even for a Handmancer. As combat goes on, you will have less and less spells to cast. Don't worry. At any point during combat, you can sprint, which makes you draw a full hand of cards from your deck, but venture forth with caution. All cards already positioned will be locked and cannot be reorganized. Sprinting also adds a cramp spell to your hand, a card that can never win. Learning how to effectively utilize the cramp card is a secret that all Handmancers yearn to learn. Okay, so we're coming in with paper here. So scissors. Okay, so we're really playing rock, paper, scissors here. All right, combat rewards. Defeating your enemies strengthens you after every battle. To become a powerful Handmancer, you must learn that strength is no good if not efficiently wielded. You are given 3 loot points and a choice of 8 random rewards to choose from. If you don't like these rewards, you can always re-roll them using 1 loot point, clicking on the re-roll button. Okay. Artifacts. Handmancers are able to use powerful artifacts from the past to wield their magic in combat. These magical rings grant you powerful passive effects, able to greatly enhance your cards and effects. During your adventures, you might even come across cursed artifacts, items that exchange a negative effect for 1 bonus loot point. Card crafting. Handmancers can also empower their spells and attacks by applying unique effects to their own cards. This is the art of card crafting. You can begin card crafting by selecting a gem as a reward. Drag it on the card you want to augment and release it to complete the process. Card effects granted by gems always activate before spell resolutions. Okay, so we get to pick 3 loot here. Alright. Ring of Enfeeblement, -2 base damage. Why would we want that? Ring of the Smashing Stone. Every time you play a stone, deal 1 damage, but we don't have a lot of stone. We've got 3 out of 10, so 30% of our deck is stone. 50% is blade. Okay. Your cramps gain the following effect, grant +1. Okay, that's cool. So that will help us to use those cramp cards. And then here, every time you discard cards, deal 2 damage. Greedy player, deal 2 damage for each card in your hand. Mist shape, grant 1 dodge and inflict stun. So the next turn, create X cramps. Okay. Deal damage equal to the highest damage you have dealt this turn plus 20%. And Stone's Wall grants +6 shield. I like that Stone's Wall. Let's augment that. Oh, I see. Here we go. Okay, so we can put it... So here we have Defensive Strike, deal 1 damage, grant 2 shield. On this one, we've got deal 1 damage 2 times. Oh, this has a bleed. Okay, so these little sections here where we can plug stuff in. Okay, so Stonewall, we just drop that in there. Okay, and it does have to go on a stone. Oh, and it upgraded the picture and stuff too. That's cool. Okay. So we got that. Let's see. So this is a side upgrade. Deal 2 damage for each card in your hand. Let's grab that. And let's plug that into one of our blades. Okay, so the picture gets upgraded when we put the socket in the bottom. That's cool. All right, and then I think, why don't we take the, every time we discard cards, we deal 2 damage. I don't know. I don't know if we just discard cards naturally or if we have to use a mechanic for it. So let's go with the, every time we play a stone, we deal 1 damage. All right, let's go to the next one. This looks like a regular combat. Is this an elite combat? Oh, we get to play 2 cards now. Combat 104, tougher enemies. Enemies are growing stronger too. As you progress throughout your adventure, you'll see enemies with multiple attacks per turn and powerful effects. These are their innate abilities. Make sure to check them carefully and learn what they do before fighting. Research is just as valuable of a skill for a handmancer as martial prowess. So we have Sharp. Every wind inflicts 1 bleeding. Okay, so we got 3 rock, so we need to counter that with 3 paper, which we can't do. We can't stack these either. And then we have 2 blade, which we can just counter with 2 blade. Right? That should be okay. All right, so this one, deal 2 damage for each card in your hand. And then we're gonna have to just counter with this one here because we can't put our paper against that. All right, victory. Okay, so if we play the superior card, we just win. If we play an inferior card, we just lose. And if we play the same card, it's going to be based on the value, I believe. So like this will counter that rock. Then we'll need to sprint. We've got paper, which we want to counter with the scissors, which this we can use to deal 3 damage and inflict 2 bleed, which sounds great. All right, so victory because we had paper. And this is a victory as well, plus the damage and the bleed. Okay, so we need a paper here or a rock, and then we need a rock or a blade here. So we'll do rock, rock. This one gives us 2 shield. Okay, I'm liking this. I like the graphic style. I think the gameplay is interesting and unique. This is definitely a different take on a deck builder. Every 3 times you play stone, grant empower. Every time you deal damage to self, every time you inflict weakness, every 2 times you play blades, grant 1 courage. Yep. We'll take that. Inflict a bleed and grant courage, grant shield, deal damage equal to your riposte. Deal 3 damage. Oh yeah, we're gonna do another Crimson Feast. Let's go ahead and power up one of these. Crimson Feast is a pretty solid card. That damage plus bleed is really good. And I think we're going to grab the Smell of Blood. We're going for kind of like a bleed deck here is what we've got going on. Okay, so let's boost up one of our Crimson Feasts. Bam. Okay. Yeah, let's continue on. This is a lot of fun. Alright, boss selection. The end of your journey has been decided for you. How you get there, though, that's in your hands. The path you pick will influence the enemies you'll find on your travels. Plan your route and keep exploring. Okay. So choose your destiny. We've only got the one boss, the Warlord. The cacophony of screeching metal, armor, and weapons announces his approach. His metallic breath echoes within his helmet, a stark prelude to battle. The Warlord was not merely raised for war, he was forged by it. He is ready. Are you? And then we've got, every time you play blades, +1. Okay, so he's just got a lot of abilities. Okay. All these nodes look really cool too. Let's see. Swap one of your cards' types and gain power. Feast upon a random meal to boost your stats. So we basically have the same thing. So we'll take this path up here. It did look like there was details about the battle when I hovered over it, but I didn't catch them in time. I clicked too fast. I just realized he has a hand in his hand, which I think is supposed to allude to the fact that, like, he's killed one of these. A Handmancer. Okay, so heals 10% of damage dealt, and every 4 action inflicts weak. Okay. All right, we need to break the scissors. We need to cover the rock. And we need to cut the paper. Let's do it. Okay, I see. So it does the effect of the card first, then it does damage based on what the damage is. Okay, so let's sprint. Okay. So we need a paper over our rock. We need a rock over scissors. And then we will do that there. Nice. So every 2 times we play blades, we get courage. Okay, we're gonna have to sprint again. All right, 6 shield against the scissors. That'll be good. The paper will do this, and then we'll have 6 shield. So we're gonna lose against rock unless we do this. But I think we kind of want to... Like, we're going to have 6 shields, so we should be okay. We should absorb the damage, and we can get rid of one of these cards. Alright, we were sitting at 8 shield. We lose. And we also have weak now on us, I believe. Actually, I don't see the weak debuff anywhere. All right, we're going to have to sprint again. All right, we got... We're going to have to do rock against rock. Scissor against scissors. And then we'll do our souped up Crimson Feast against paper. We're gonna lose. Okay, we didn't take any damage. That's good. All right, victory. Sweet. I like the little ending animation here on the battle. That's pretty cool too. Every time you deal damage to an enemy with bleed, deal 1 damage. That seems really good for us. At the end of combat, heal 5. Every time you draw a card, grant shield. -5 max HP. Deal 1 damage to self and deal 4 damage. Discard all your cramps from your hand. Remove 1 cramp from your hand. Grant its effects when another fragment is on this card. Plus 50% base damage to this card. I like to discard all cramps. Could put that on one of our papers, maybe. I want to pick up this bleed buff. And let's go with the heal 5 HP at the end of combat. We haven't taken damage yet, but it's going to happen at some point. All right, feast upon a meal, and we're going to get random stat boost here. Every Handmancer knows how important a good filling meal is. Melog is here, happy to help. Pick the best food for your current situation and enjoy its benefits. Alright, so +3 stone base damage. +3 parchment base damage. +3 blades base damage. +1 base damage, +1 stone base damage, +8 max HP, +1 parchment base damage, and 1 blades base damage. You know, our parchment damage is pretty low. We're just kind of countering with it, but I think that's okay. Let's go for this blades damage, max HP, and stone base damage. That's a lot of pickups in one go there. That's a lot of little upgrades. All right, your starting deck has been given to you, but that is just the beginning. You can further customize your spells by meditating at the Temple of Trinity. Drag one of your cards from one type to the other in order to permanently change the spell type. Meditating this way boosts that specific type, making every spell of that type deal 1 more base damage from now on. Okay, so we want to take one of these and put it in blades. Just going to soup up our blades here. Okay. So we're pretty weak on the paper side. Okay, so they're asking for some feedback. That's fine. Hopefully they catch the video on YouTube. I found that most super awesome indie devs will do that. All right, this is the Warlord, the boss. Considers all parries with blades, stones, and parchment as wins, so we have to win. We can't just tie against him. Every time you play blades, +1 blades base damage. Every time we play parchment and stone. Okay, so we really do need to, like, full counter this guy, or we need to get shield, right? So right here, rock against rock, that'll give us some shield. So we'll have some to absorb some damage. We can use paper, right? And then we're just gonna have to put in some kind of a blades here. Which I think we'll just go ahead and we'll drop in this one. All right, so we're gonna lose, but we should have enough shield to absorb the damage. Oh, we got defeat, defeat, defeat. What the heck? Okay, so blades. Let's sprint. Do blades. Because, okay, so All we have is blades, 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 and he played blades, blades, blades. I think it's worth putting the bleed on him. 2 damage for each card in your hand. Let's put that one in there. We're just going to end our turn here. That was a lot of damage. But we can win this one now. With all blades. Alright, we're going to come back. We're going to come back from this one. There we go. Look at that. We are doing some good damage now. Okay, so we took a chunk. Alright, rock, rock, rock. We got a sprint. Alright, we did get a rock, so that's going to be a lose. But the thing here is he ramps up damage, right? Every time you play stone, gain 1 stone base damage. So we want to lose at the start, right? Then tie. Or I think we'll win this one because we have 4 and he has 3. Not entirely sure. But then we'll win on the thing that's going to hit the heaviest, I believe. Let's see if this plays out. Okay, so we lost. Take 2. Alright. We lost again. Took 3. We got victory. Okay, I'm not sure if that's what we needed or not. This is definitely not what we needed. Okay, so... And we don't have any way to get any shield. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. We might just be dead unless we can kill him with our damage, but I don't think we can. Let's... Okay, so if we put 1 card, we can sprint. Oh, I see. Okay. I think we need to put more cards up there and then we can sprint. Alright, well, I think we're just going to lose here. Yep. Well, that was crazy. That was pretty intense. Okay, let's end the journey. All right, let's close out of this. I want to go back. Let's see. Back to the menu. All right. Upcoming features. 3 unique playable characters. It looked like 4. 6 bosses, 9 playable specializations with diverse playstyles, 24 enemies, full in-game system with corruption delving, 100 plus gems, full progression system, and 75 artifacts. I want to hop in here one more time. We're not going to do a full run here. I just kind of want to check something with the tutorials here. Make sure that I was reading everything correctly and knew what I was doing to a degree. All right, so we got our basic slime, right? All right. Okay. So we drag the attacks. Yep. Okay. An effective spell type against the enemy attack deals the full spell damage. Okay, so if they play scissors and we play rock, then we win and we deal 1 damage, right? That is what I think we see here. So, yep, gets played, deals 1 damage. An equal spell type negates all damage. So if we play rock against rock, it negates all damage. But in that last fight, if we parried, then he counted it as a win and just did the full damage. Okay. Right, so rock. So if we play rock against rock, nobody should take any damage. Right, he didn't take any damage. I didn't take any damage. If we play Again, blades against blades. Nobody will take any damage. Yep. Okay, so now if we play blades against paper, then this should deal 1 damage 2 times. Then we'll go paper versus blades. We'll win. We'll deal 3 damage. So this should deal 5 damage in total. And it did. And then we have rock. And again, we deal paper. And this is going to win and deal 1 damage. Okay. Yeah, so I got a good hang on this. I think in that last battle against the boss, I definitely could have thought things through a little bit more, played things a little more efficiently. I don't think they were joking when they said that figuring out something to do with your cramps is super important. I probably should have picked something like that up early on so that when I had all those cramp cards in my hand in the boss fight, I could have done something with them. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Okay, so a shorter video on our end this time, you know, just because that run ended pretty abruptly, but I didn't really need a whole lot to get an opinion on this game. And for me, this is a pretty easy wish list, I think. Obviously, it's got a little time until it's going to come out and have the full features and everything, but I like this a lot. As someone who plays a ton of deck builders, it is nice to see something that's refreshing. And not only is the perspective here refreshing, but the actual card mechanics with the rock, paper, scissors, but then also customizing the cards and things like that. Really refreshing. I really like to see it. And one of the things that I really like is that they didn't just slap this into some ugly looking game and be like, look, it's a unique mechanic, but it's also got to look terrible while you play it. They said, no. We're going to make the art look really good, really interesting. And I'm excited to see, you know, what sort of new biomes and enemies we get, what sort of mechanics they bring. This is, to me, a fresh take on the deck building genre. It's one of my favorite genres, but I am getting a little burned out by all the things that are basically just Slay the Spire clones. Unless they do a really good job, they have a really hard time hooking me in anymore. But I feel like this is definitely going to do the trick because it's different. It's different and the quality seems really high. So I think all in all, this is an easy wish list for me. So we're talking about Handmancers here. I'm looking forward to getting to play more of this and to play with some other characters, try out some different builds and stuff. Yeah, all in all, easy wish list. But let me know what you think of Handmancers in the comment section below. If you've got a friend that would like this kind of a game, be sure to share the video with them. And if you want to support the channel, like the video, hit the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. Thanks for taking time to watch one of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.